This is Fortnite running on a 3 gigahertz AMD Ryzen 7 1700 with 24 gigs of RAM and a 4 gig NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980 video card. So currently we're running at 1080p resolution, VSync is off, frame rate limiter is off, and everything is turned down. We're in performance mode. The only thing that isn't turned all the way down is the view distance. So I am going to pause the game until we get on the ground, and we can see how it runs. Okay, so I did forget to mention that we are running off of a hard drive on this one, and that is relevant. It may or may not affect frame rate consistency. I haven't tried doing it in a while, and the reason that I'm doing it isn't because there isn't an SSD in this build, but the SSD is a little bit limited in size, and typically it's enough for a couple of large modern games, but typically when I'm dealing with systems for buyers, I like to leave the SSD available for them to do what they want with. So typically anything of my own that I install, I have an unlimited supply of these 500 gig drives. They're good drives. They are Seagate, Barracuda, reasonably modern drives. They're not, dang it, I suck at aiming. Okay, screw that. Yeah, they're good drives. They're not slow drives, but they are still hard drives, and a lot of these modern games are really meant to run on a SSD. So, our mileage may vary here. Initially, when I first set this up, I had some issues with frame rate. Oh no. Oh god. I thought I was stuck there. That happens sometimes where you'll get stuck. I did have some initial issues with frame rate consistency, but after I realized that it was trying to run some Windows updates, and I hadn't defragged the hard drive, which is something I haven't done in a while. I put hard drives in all these machines, but usually I don't defrag them. After I ran the pending Windows updates and defragged the drive, it appears to be running quite well. So I think the problem was that, and not the actual performance itself, because it seems smooth now. And it's not going to be it's not gonna run at a slow frame rate for that reason. It'll be inconsistent. So it'll be running at good frame rate, and then suddenly you'll be at like you'll suddenly drop from this like 130, 140 that we're running at, and then suddenly poof, it'll be down at, say, 40. And then it'll go back up. That's the kind of thing that you'll see, not straight low frame rate. That's related to the components themselves. Okay, let's get out of here. Oops. Make sure that I reload, because if anything ever kills me, it's failing to reload. Is someone shooting at me? So, or it'll be when like you're moving at high speed and it has to draw a bunch of stuff, that kind of thing. I think this guy is in here. He's gonna try to use those gloves on me. I think I can take that out. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, see, I can do it too. I'm not that good of a Fortnite player. I find that if the other guy is in a reasonably solid defensible position, I'm not... Ooh. Oh, I got him. Yeah, I'm not usually particularly good at getting somebody out who's in a good defensible position. I'm not that good of a player. It's definitely between the defrag and, between the defrag and that Windows update that was pending, there definitely is not a frame rate issue with the SSD. It was definitely entirely or with the hard drive. It was definitely entirely the pending updates and the defrag. It was mostly the pending updates. It's probably trying to download and run them in the background. What do we have here? I really hate that. What are those anonymous things? I never did figure that out. If they have a name, you can usually figure out if they're a bot or not. And I'd like to know if they're a bot or not, because that tells me if I suck and the only thing I'm eliminating on is bots, or if I'm actually pretty good and I'm hitting real players. Oh, I could use that. Like, I would very much like to know these things. See, right there, we got a little bit of frame rate inconsistency that I'm gonna almost definitely say was the hard drive. It's definitely playable, though. I mean, if this is your setup and you were running a hard drive, well, you wouldn't want to run... Okay, so it's not quite that cut and dry. You do not want to run... you don't want to run without an SSD at all. I'm getting away with it because I've got a small M.2 boot drive, and then the game is running off of a separate hard drive. So the separate drive is a hard drive, but you wouldn't want to do it with both the game and... Oh, I don't think I feel like fighting anyone here. Not a huge fan of these stupid challenges, to be honest. I never... Like, I want to play multiplayer. I want to play against other people, or I want to play against the computer. I don't want to do both. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of highly capable NPCs. That's just not my jam. Can I get away from him? Is he still coming? And I'm out of gas. That's just great. Oh, you're gonna run because I almost got you. Is that how it is? Oh, see this guy? I see how it is. Okay, so definitely competitive and playable. The hard drive didn't really affect it much. So that should give you guys a pretty good idea of what kind of performance to expect on the Ryzen 7 1700 with the GTX 980 video card. And I hope you guys found this interesting, and thanks for watching the video.